Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Daily Fantasy 5 for today, Saturday, March 2nd, where we give you the 5 things you need to know every day in the world of fantasy sports. And don't forget to check out our sponsor, mathradio.com, where you can help your kids ages 7 through 17 with math by picking up an online math course for as little as $9.99. Once again, that is www.mathradio.com. All right, so last night on the NBA bracket, we had 0 injuries. It was an amazing night, and it doesn't give me much to talk about, but I can talk about some fun things like Giannis Antetokounmpo, Antonio Brown, LeVar Ball, and a bunch of guys going tonight for your daily fantasy lineups in the NBA. So let's get started with the Lakers-Bucks game last night. I have 3 notes from that fantastic game. First of all, the Greek Freak does not appear to be on a minutes restriction anymore. He played 32 minutes last night. No problem. Coach said no restriction. This is a good sign going forward for all Giannis Antetokounmpo fans and owners, and also Bucks fans, of course. The Lakers' Lonzo Ball, it does appear that he will be reevaluated next week. He has missed 15 straight games for the Lakers, but he might be back as early as next week. If you've held on to him for some reason or are holding out hope, he could be back in as little as 7 days. All right, in brighter news for the Lakers, Ingram scored a bunch of points last night. He's been averaging 28 points in the 5 games since the All-Star break. He has been killing it, while before the All-Star break in the first 50 games, he only averaged 18. So 5 games seems like a decent little sample size here. Ingram might have turned the corner for the Lakers. All right, in our second big story, we had a ESPN story come out this morning about Antonio Brown. They're saying the 3 teams that are the most interested in trading for the all-star wide receiver are the Las Vegas Raiders, the Washington Redskins, and the Tennessee Titans. So none of these spots is particularly glamorous for Antonio Brown. I guess I like the Raiders spot the best. They did finish 18th in passing last year. Carr would probably give him, 150 receptions. I'm not sure he'd get the yardage or the touchdown totals there. But the Redskins and Titans are both terrible options. The Redskins do not have a quarterback going into this year yet. They ranked 28th in passing last year. So what in the world are they going to do? Who knows? And the Titans with Mariota, they were 29th in passing last year. Mariota hasn't proven anything. And what reason do we have to believe they are going to get any better under their current regime? I don't think there is a reason. So I would not be excited about any of those options. The 2 options I'm most excited about for Antonio Brown are the Browns, but I'm not sure they would, the Steelers, would trade Antonio Brown to the Browns, although I think that would be a super exciting fit for him. And then the other option that might be more realistic is the San Francisco 49ers. Let's say they did a little pick swap. The Steelers were able to move up to number 2. That might be enough to get Antonio Brown. I think it would be enough. And I think that would really help out the 49ers offense, especially if Jimmy Garoppolo, is healthy for next season. So that's my take on the whole AB saga. All right, let's get into tonight's games. Our third big story, I'm going to give you a big man, a wing, and a point guard to start for tonight. The big man of my choice would be Blake Griffin. He's playing at Cleveland. The Pistons need to win every game going on right now. Blake is going for 8,800. I see him being super motivated tonight. The things I like about Blake is that he's averaging 35 minutes and over 8 3-pointers in his last few games. Right? 8 3-point attempts. That's fantastic. And he's been shooting it at a pretty good clip. He's also been rebounding and giving out assists very well. I could see him getting a triple-double tonight in Cleveland. So my big man tonight would be Blake Griffin at $8,800 on FanDuel. My wing for tonight's game would be J.J. Redick against the Golden State Warriors. So he's been averaging 8.5 3-point attempts, but he's been slumping lately, shooting under 30% in his last 4 games. However, he's been averaging 34 minutes per game, and his cost is only $5,400. I think that's worth a shot. If he gets 8 3-point attempts, it's possible he makes 4 or 5 and breaks out of the shooting slump, and then you'll get all your value back for that $5,400 you spent on him. So he is a kind of a low floor, high ceiling shot in tonight's slate. So if you're going in a big contest, I would start J.J. Redick. And my point guard, I've been talking about him all week ever since he came back for the Miami Heat, is our boy Dragic. All right, he's still under a minutes restriction, and I do not care. Against Golden State, in 20 minutes, he had 30 fantasy points. Against Houston, in 25 minutes, he had 37 fantasy points. So if he gets anywhere close to 30 points, 30 minutes, he could have over 40 fantasy points, and he's only going for $4,800 tonight. All right, you've got to start this guy every game. I mean, until his value gets to like where it should be at like 7,000, you've got to have him in your starting lineup in every format. So those are the 5 big stories we're looked at today. And remember to go to www.mathradio.com to help your kids out in the math classroom. That is www.mathradio.com. We will see you back here tomorrow, Sunday, March 3rd, for some more fantasy action. All right. Until then, have a good night. Bye. I forgot to mention that there is a 5 o'clock tip-off tonight, so be sure to check your lineups at the 4:30 mark to 4:30 Eastern to make sure there are no changes to the lineup. There is an early tip, 5 o'clock Eastern, so go ahead and check your lineups early tonight. All right, that's it. Bye.